Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Your Excellency Sheikh Hasina, Honorable Prime Minister of Bangladesh, distinguished members of the Bangladesh delegation, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor and privilege for me to welcome Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and her distinguished delegation to the Maldives. The Maldives and Bangladesh enjoy a traditionally and historically close relationship. As close neighbors in the region, we share much in common through our values, faith, and traditions. Our interactions have heightened, including the exchange of high-level visits during the past year, bringing a sense of renewed dynamism to the Maldives-Bangladesh relations. My government is committed to advancing our relationship even further. This year in particular is extremely special for the Honorable Prime Minister and the people of Bangladesh. The government and the people of Maldives join me in congratulating Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, the government and the people of Bangladesh on the auspicious occasions of the birth centenary of the esteemed father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and the golden jubilee of Bangladesh's independence. The Maldives commends Her Excellency, the government and the people of Bangladesh on the significant progress made in economic, social, and political areas. Our warmest congratulations to Your Excellency and the people of Bangladesh on qualifying to graduate from the UN's list of least developed countries to a developing country. Honorable Prime Minister, ladies and gentlemen, during this visit, the Prime Minister and I held official talks and reviewed the progress made since our meeting last March. The agreements exchanged today on avoidance of double taxation, MOU on the recruitment of health professionals, the renewed MOU on collaboration for the improvement of healthcare systems and addressing public health challenges, and the MOU on cooperation in youth and sports development will contribute to further advancing our bilateral cooperation. The Prime Minister and I also exchanged views on the biggest challenges facing us today, the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, which has gravely impacted our lives, and we agreed that vaccine equity is crucial to end the pandemic. I take this opportunity to thank Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and the people of Bangladesh for their generous assistance towards our efforts in combating the COVID-19 pandemic on multiple fronts. We acknowledge Bangladesh's significant contribution to Maldives in the areas of health, higher education, human resource development, and defense. Let me take a moment here to thank the Honorable Prime Minister for the generous donation of military vehicles gifted today. On the health front, in addition to the opportunities to study medicine and internships for Maldivian students, the MOU on recruitment of health professionals will greatly assist us in strengthening the capacity of health sector. We agreed to intensify collaboration through increased opportunities for higher education, vocational training, and skills development for Maldivian students in Bangladesh. Sports is one of the tools to empower youth through contribution to their physical and mental well-being, as well as in instilling values and skills. Today, we exchange an agreement that will formalize collaboration in this important area. Honorable Prime Minister and I also agreed to exchange knowledge and assistance in the areas of fisheries and agriculture. We also discussed avenues to expand economic and trade cooperation, increased connectivity and tourism between Maldives and Bangladesh. The agreement on the avoidance of double taxation and prevention of fiscal evasion with respect to income tax that we exchanged today marks a crucial step forward in promoting economic cooperation. We look forward to enhancing our interactions on trade and investment. I conveyed our gratitude to the important socio-economic contributions made by Bangladeshi workers in the Maldives. I also thank Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and the government of Bangladesh for their support to the regularization program of Bangladeshi workers. I also requested Bangladesh to consider reinstating visa on arrival for Maldivians travel to Bangladesh, as well as long-term student visa for Maldivian students in Bangladesh, based on the close and friendly relations between our two countries. In addition to bilateral issues, the Prime Minister and I also discussed regional and international issues of mutual concern. We concurred that effective multilateralism is key to resolving priority issues of the day and achieving global peace and security. We remain committed to work together at the United Nations and other multilateral fora. I am glad to note that climate change remains on top of the Prime Minister's agenda. In this regard, we agreed to step up our efforts to address the climate emergency. I conveyed the Maldives' commitment to seek justice for the atrocities committed against the Rohingya people. We applaud Bangladesh's government and people for their generosity and humanitarianism in providing safety and shelter to the displaced Rohingya community living in Bangladesh. Through SAARC and other platforms, such as the Indian Ocean Rim Association, the Prime Minister and I agreed that terrorism, violent extremism, and radicalization must be addressed to achieve regional security, prosperity, stability, and peace. I also thank the Honorable Prime Minister and the government of Bangladesh for their support to the candidature of Foreign Minister Abdul Shahid for the presidency of the 76th UN General Assembly. As candidates for the United Nations Human Rights Council for the term 2023 to 2025, we agreed to work together and exchange reciprocal support. Honorable Prime Minister, I thank you for your personal commitment to maintain excellent Maldives-Bangladesh relations. I wish Your Excellency and the people of Bangladesh peace, progress, and prosperity, and a happy and joyous stay in the Maldives. Dhonnobad. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. And now I would like to invite Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to deliver her statement.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Excellency President Solih, Honorable Ministers of Maldives, Honorable Ministers of Bangladesh, esteemed members of the print and electronic media, high dignitaries of Maldives and Bangladesh, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. I am delighted to share this podium with my colleague, His Excellency President Ibrahim Mohammad Soleh. I thank him for inviting me and for the ceremonial welcome in Mali, as well as the warm hospitality extended to me and my delegation. It is my first ever bilateral visit to this beautiful country, though I had come here earlier for the SAARC summit twice, and I am very happy to return to the sunny side of life. 2021 is a landmark year for Bangladesh-Maldives bilateral relations. We had the honor to commencing our celebration of the birth centenary of our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and the golden jubilee of our independence in March this year with the presence of President Soleh in Bangladesh. Honorable Vice President of Maldives visited Bangladesh in November, followed by bilateral consultations between the two countries. Early in February, we also had the opportunity to welcome your foreign minister in Dhaka, and now I am here. I'm happy to share that we just held a very fruitful discussion on the entire spectrum of our bilateral relations. We reviewed the progress made so far on our earlier decisions and found the outcome satisfactory. Following the official talks, we witnessed the signing of some bilateral instruments. We also witnessed handing over 13 military vehicles by our government to the Maldives government as a goodwill gesture. We agreed to strengthen our bilateral cooperation, especially in health, education, human resource development, youth and sports, fisheries and agriculture. It is a matter of great satisfaction that Bangladesh accepted the Maldives' proposal for recruiting health professionals from Bangladesh vis-a-vis. We will create opportunity for specialized post-graduation medical course for Maldivian students. I also had a detailed discussion with President Soleh on promoting bilateral trade, investment, and connectivity. Despite opportunities, we could not yet fully up the potentials of bilateral trade and investment. With its growing manufacturing capacity, Bangladesh would be able to supply many quality products to the Maldives at a competitive price. I re-emphasized the necessity of a preferential trade agreement between the two countries and a bilateral investment protection arrangement for mutual facilitation of investment. We noted with satisfaction that the direct air connectivity between Bangladesh and Maldives has been enhanced through the commencement of flights by Bangladeshi Airlines US Bangla. Our national carrier, Biman Bangladesh Airlines, is also thinking of introducing flights in Dhaka, Malay sector. We hope that with direct flights, people-to-people contacts and exchange of tourism cooperation will be increased. We also reviewed the possibility of establishing a direct shipping line. As the welfare of our own people is one of our priorities, consular and community issues were featured prominently in our discussions. We also discussed the regularization of undocumented Bangladeshi nationals whose substantial contribution to both economies. We are delighted to announce that Bangladesh government has decided to facilitate visas on arrival for Maldivian nationals in the context of improved situation of the current pandemic. We also discussed our cooperation in multilateral fora, support for each other candidature and cooperation in countering terrorism. We agreed to work together to face the challenge of climate change and the early repatriation of forcibly displaced Rohingya Muslims to Myanmar. As Bangladesh completes its first half-century journey as an independent nation and looks ahead to transforming itself into a modern, prosperous, and developed economy by 2041, fulfilling the dream of our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, for a golden Bangladesh. We look forward to partnering with the Maldives in the areas of our commonalities for the benefit of our two peoples. Thank you all for your kind presence and patient hearing. We expect a positive role of our media to further boost up our relations. And thank you very much, President Soleh, and long live Bangladesh-Maldives friendship. Thank you all.